Maybe we jump into safer territory then and talk about comic books.
Oh God, comic books.
Were you like people know you like not only from your work on TV and film and stage and but they also know like he's a comic book guy. He loves his comics.
Yeah, I stopped though. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I stopped because they were getting so expensive.
I had to stop too.
Yeah, and the space danger, and there's something, and it's the same thing about buying physical books, and it kills me for this because I used to have a massive, massive book collection. And not, like, oh, look, it's the first edition of Chaucer and this and the poems of Yeats. Like, I had, like, a massive Star Trek novel, like the
Same.
novelizations. Like, oh, God, who are my favorites? Um, oh, the names have long since been dusted over in my head. Um, David, Peter
Oh, Peter
David.
David. Yeah.
Peter David was one of my favorite authors for the Star Trek stuff. There was she wrote the Dreadnought. Uh,
Oh, oh God. I just read those recently.
yeah, great.
Diane. No, it's gone.
Damn it. Um, so it's like I had like those DC Fontana and all these great novelizations, and then the Star Wars expanded
Hmm.
universe
Hmm.
novelizations, Rogue Squadron, and the books of Timothy Zahn and
Yeah.
whatnot. And so it's like I had all those, and Stephen King, still a massive Stephen King fan. Tom Clancy,
Yeah.
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of Tom Clancy books in my collection. It was just like, and then there was when I was in junior high, there was a freaking, oh God, what was it? Mac Bolan. That was the
Oh
name of the
my God.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like some
Wow.
mercenary guy
Yeah.
and there were like these serial novels that came out, and at the end of every one of the novels, they had schematics of the gun that the guy used in the.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous, but it was kid stuff. But like I collected all that stuff, um, with a fervor and a passion, and what ended up happening was I just run out of room.
Yeah.
And so it was the same thing with the comic books too, because I wouldn't go back and reread a ton of stuff. I would have it, and I could go back and reread if I
Yeah.
wanted to, but it was like the one and done. And I
Yeah.
would go back and get certain books when I wanted to draw, because that's what I was really into, drawing stuff. But the comics that I collected, even then, weren't. I mean, I didn't collect superhero comics really. Um, so no X-Men, no
Mhm.
Superman, no Batman. Like my comic books were weird. Like I collected like Sergeant Rock,
Oh man.
GI Combat. Yeah, like I was like little Joe Warmonger when I was a kid because that shit fascinated me. Tanks, airplanes.
Mm.
It was all so cartoony. There was a comic book called The Nam, which was
Oh
about
yeah.
Vietnam,
I have
right?
that.
Yeah, and so like, and I really love that series when it was Mike Gold, the artist. I loved the way he drew, and then the stories were great. But then when that artist left and they had another artist take over,
Yeah.
I immediately it's like I don't like the way he draws his
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
and so that's when I stopped
Yeah.
buying the books, right? And Sergeant Rock was kind of all over the place, but I didn't mind because they were close enough to it, and I think it was Frank Kubert was the author,
Oh.
the artist for that, and then GI Combat, and so like I would read stuff like that, and then I did end up, because it was the beginning of a series. I got the McFarlane Spider Man, started collecting those because they got me with the four alternate covers like a
Yeah.
sucker,
Every time.
right? And then there was another one, the Wolverine, the Chris Claremont um, Wolverine. They had this new series, so because it was ground floor, and
Yeah.
I went up like 52 issues, so it was almost a full year, and then I was like, okay, I have to stop because I'm running out of space. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I was in on the
Ah,
Eastman and Laird, the
Nice.
black and white
black and white.
OG.
Yeah.
None of this Hasbro watered down, dippy, drippy bullshit where it's like, oh, I have to give him a different mask because we won't be able to tell which one's which. I hated that. Archie comics, loved Archie.
Oh, yeah.
Archie, Jughead Jones, Veronica Lodge, Large. God, that's a Freudian slip. Betty Cooper. Like I loved all that Richie Rich. I would read as well. So like yeah, like that was kind of the breadth of my comic experiences. And Dark Horse comics when they came
Yeah, I
out,
was
they
gonna
had some
say.
great properties too, like the Aliens stuff
Star
was
Wars.
just yeah, and then the Star Wars
Empire
stuff.
stuff, yeah.
It just I liked going to those sort of independent sort of publishing houses because they had like really cool stuff that was more my speed. So like superheroes were never really my bag. And so yeah, you kind of go with what interests you, and that those were the kind
Yeah.
of books that I like to read. Heavy into the sci-fi, but not so much into the fantasy, which is a really interesting sort of delineation for me.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I get that. I'm kind of the same way. I very much dig all my sci-fi fantasy. I'll just dabble and stick my toe in now and again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.